David was 30 years old when he began to reign as king of Judah. And after he had reigned 7 years and 6 months, there came representatives from all the tribes of Israel to David at Hebron, and spake, saying,
Behold, your majesty, we are one people with one God. Therefore, O David, we plead with you to become ruler over both Judah and Israel, as the Lord God of Abraham and Isaac hath decreed. You are he who hath fed Israel and delivered Israel from her enemies.
Well, David, my husband, you're now king of all Israel.
Yes, it's a great responsibility, Abigail.
But you can fulfill the duties and responsibilities if you'll continue to put your complete trust in God. Let him lead the way, David. Obey him and worship him. When the diadem was placed on your brow at the coronation ceremonies, Israel had a king by divine appointment. Oh, it's been many years since Samuel anointed you as God's chosen ruler of his people. You've waited patiently all these years. So just continue to be patient. Wait on God, and you will be a great king, David.
You are all members of my court. Together we will rule Israel. Together we will guide Israel into a life of happiness and obedience to God. We can do this only if we work together, pull together as a team, and if we will obey God in all things.
Your Majesty, may I be so bold as to observe that each person here, each member of your court, personally pledges allegiance, first to the God of Israel, secondly to the King of Israel.
Well, I'm pleased at the demonstration of your loyalty to God and to me, and I'm sure that God is pleased. Now, we have a matter to consider which I feel requires immediate action. I am of the opinion that the capital city of the new Israel should be changed from Hebron to a place more centrally located. I am appointing a committee to consider the matter and to make some recommendations. This is our second gathering together to consider a new and permanent capital city. At the first meeting, a committee was formed. I understand this committee has considered several possible locations and actually went to look over the terrain of some of them. Has this committee anything of importance to report?
We have, Your Majesty.
Well, let the report be given.
Your Majesty, we are of the unanimous opinion that the ideal site for the capital would be a place 20 miles distant. It is known as Jebus. It is well fortified and would be of easy access to all tribes.
Your recommendation, then, is Jebus.
We think it is the ideal location, Your Majesty, but are not decided if it is worth the price of retaking it from the Jebusites. As His Majesty will recall, when our ancestors came out of Egypt and conquered the land, Jebus was partly destroyed and their king slain. However, they have rebuilt their city and now consider it impregnable, even though they are located in the very midst of our country. Therefore, we are leaving the final decision up to His Majesty.
Thank you. Your recommendation will be taken under advisement. Any other comment or recommendation? Well, thank you. And my decision will be made known as soon as practicable. Well, dear, I've made my decision. Jebus shall be the future capital of Israel.
But I understand that it's impregnable.
No place is 100% impregnable. Jebus can be taken.
By a direct miracle of God?
Well, with God's help, of course. But it can be taken by strategy, by outwitting the Jebusites. By nightfall tomorrow, Jebus will be in my hands, and I will make it the new capital of Israel.
You're sure, David?
Well, I think so. I'm taking Joab and the royal guards and champions to Jebus at sunup to look the place over and take it. You see, dear, I think I know the one weak spot in the otherwise impregnable fortress of Jebus.
So you are David, new king of Israel. You'd like to recapture our city, wouldn't you? You'll never come in here. Why, the blind and the lame could keep you out. That's how strong and well fortified Jebus is.
This is the spring called Gion. It supplies all the water used by the Jebusites. It flows
I
in
know
the
how we
direction
can take Jebus. We'll cut off their supply of water, then they'll have to surrender.
How are you going to cut off their supply of water?
This spring is outside the city wall, and it's their only source of water. All we have to do is... Oh. For a moment, I'd forgotten that the Jebusites have that situation well taken care of. Half a centuries. They cut a tunnel in the rock to a reservoir, and they have water.
Well, you're on the right track, Joab.
I am.
The Jebusites are very sure of themselves inside their impregnable wall and natural defenses. They have no regular army or guards. If we could once get in the city, it would be a simple matter to take the city.
Yes, if one could fly like a bird.
Or swim like a duck.
I think His Majesty is serious, but I still don't understand. Swim like a duck.
What would happen if, mind you, if someone would go through the tunnel in the rock to their reservoir, and at the reservoir climb up the shaft?
He'd be inside the walls of Jebus.
Exactly.
Then he could make his way to the city gate, open it, and let the rest of us in. Within minutes, Jebus would be ours.
It'll be no easy task. The water is cold, and it may be impossible to climb up the shaft. But who wants to try it?
Oh, well, I'll try it. I'll see.
I'm going to let several of you try. Joab, you and all you champions, and... No, that's enough. The rest of us will make our way to the south gate, hoping that soon one of you will make it and open the gate for us. The one of you who makes it will be rewarded for his valor. I will make him captain and commander-in-chief of Israel's combined armies. Remove your armor and anything indicating that you're soldiers. In case you get inside, you won't want to attract attention. Now, when you get ready, jump in, and good luck to you.
I'm ready. I'll see you at the south gate, Your Majesty.
The gate's opening, Your Majesty. It's Joab. He made it.
Follow me, men. But remember, the Jebusites are practically unarmed. They'll probably surrender without any bloodshed.
And they took Jebus that day, and it became known as David's city. From that day onward, things moved rapidly. By order of His Majesty David, King of all Israel, the capital city, formerly known as Jebus, and now as David's city, shall henceforth be known as Jerusalem.
We'll start here at this fortification. I believe the Jebusites called it Millo and built buildings inward. Oh, Abigail, my dear, already Jerusalem and the new Israel are becoming strong and respected, even feared by other nations.
My husband is well pleased, then, with the way things progress?
Everyone is pleased, except the Philistines. They already have a camp in the valley of Rephaim, probably waiting to see what we'll do, hoping that we'll come out there to fight them.
What are you going to do, David?
Inquire of the Lord and obey His instructions.
Go out against the Philistines, David, for I shall surely deliver them into thy hand.
Your Majesty, sir.
Yes, Joab.
The enemy is completely defeated and destroyed, sir.
Well done, General Joab.
We found these, sir.
Idols. It seems strange that any intelligent being could put his trust in lifeless images of wood and stone. But they do.
What shall I do with them, sir?
Let them be burned, Joab. Let fire consume them, proving that they're false gods with no power or life whatsoever. Only the God of creation has life and power and being. Only He is worthy of worship and reverence. Remember that, Joab, and you will be a great general in the sight of God and man.